Welcome to the State of Hawaii Medical Reserve Corps Orientation. This video is designed to provide a brief overview of this organization both on a state and on the national level. It was founded in 2002 after President George Bush's State of the Union address. He believed it was an integral part of citizens protecting the community and supporting local first responders. MRC was founded in response to the disaster that happened on September 11, 2001. Its purpose was to alleviate the stress brought by the overwhelming amount of people who were willing to help and provide support to the local first responders. It also functions as a way to ensure credibility among those who choose to participate as licensed professionals. This national program operates under the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, or DHHS. Additionally, it operates with the Office of the Assistant Secretary for Preparedness and Response, or ASPR. Most MRC chapters are funded by the Public Health Emergency Preparedness or Hospital Preparedness Program grants. There are approximately 800 units nationwide and in the U.S. territories, with a network of over 200,000 volunteers. Our mission statement is simple. It is to engage volunteers to strengthen public health, emergency response, and community resiliency. Our goal is to help volunteers build strong, healthy, and resilient communities throughout the state of Hawaii. How do we do this? Well, MRC units help with public health surge capacity, terrorism threats, infectious disease outbreaks, natural disasters, recovery efforts after a disaster. We fill gaps in response roles. And that's not all. We also participate in public health education and outreach, as well as emergency preparedness events. MRC roles may include, but are not limited to, these two things: maintenance of essential services and delivery of emergency response. However, assignments are based on what's needed and volunteer availability. MRC does not work alone. We are a partner program with Citizen Corps, which is a national network of volunteers dedicated to ensuring hometown security. This network includes the following organizations and programs: Community Emergency Response Teams, or CERTs for short, Fire Corps, Volunteers in Police Service, and USA on Watch. Additionally, the MRC also partners with other organizations in order to ensure a very effective response. For example, we often work with the American Red Cross, or ARC, Hawaii State Voluntary Organizations Active in Disasters, or HSVOAD, Hawaii Emergency Management Agency, or HIEMA, and the Department of Emergency Management, or DEM. We are a well-trained and a well-prepared workforce, which means we are often deployed to many different types of venues. These may include community settings, any public health settings, and even pre-hospital settings. For instance, we may have outreaches that take place in neighborhoods, or we may hold vaccination clinics in schools. The Medical Reserve Corps is a state-operated program, which means there's a unit in each major county. This includes Kauai, Maui, Hawaii, and Honolulu, the largest being in Honolulu County. They are all housed under the Hawaii State Department of Health. Moreover, they're governed by the Office of Public Health Preparedness. Each unit will have their own coordinator or designee who will apprise you of all deployments and assignments that are to take place. The Medical Reserve Corps remains open to all who are interested and are qualified to volunteer. However, if you are a student registered under a school, you must volunteer with your school. If you wish to volunteer on your own, you may do so. However, you will need to register with one of the main units, which is the island you live or work on. Once you have been accepted as a member with the Medical Reserve Corps, you'll be issued a scrub top if you are to volunteer as a medical professional, or a shirt if you are to volunteer as a non-medical professional. You will also be issued a personal identification badge as part of your MRC uniform. You are to wear these items to all deployments and assignments. In order to receive these items, you should email the state or unit coordinator a shirt or scrub size preference, as well as a photo of yourself suitable for a state ID. This means that this photo must adhere to these following guidelines. This cannot be a group photo. Your photo must have a neutral background, meaning there should be no distractions. This must be a clear picture of yourself. We must be able to definitively know that this is you. Once this has all been completed, the MRC coordinator can work towards sending the items to you, or arrange a time for you to pick them up at the Department of Health location. This is how the MRC is activated. First, there has to be a disaster large enough to warrant MRC assistance. All disasters start local, which triggers the EOC, which is the Emergency Operations Center. In Hawaii, the EOC is managed at the city and county level. If it is determined that extra help is needed, EOC will reach out to their point of contact at the Department of Health. This inquiry will then be relayed to the MRC state or unit coordinator, though there may be instances where the EOC may contact the state or unit coordinator directly. The coordinator will then take the proper steps to assess and determine whether MRC is ready and equipped to respond to this assignment. Should MRC be available to respond, the coordinator will then prepare their unit for possible deployment. It is important to remember that MRC members may not self-deploy. You cannot deploy yourself to any assignments without the permission of the state or unit coordinator. Doing so may cause complications with coordinating on-site functions, which may interfere with system operations. Volunteers responding to certain deployments may receive training for the role. This could be facilitated through just-in-time training, which takes place before a shift starts. During all deployments, volunteers are required to sign in and sign out. This will help with accountability. This will help ensure volunteer safety, both with entering and exiting a vicinity. It is also very important that you know your own limits. Please do not accept any tasks or go anywhere by which you are uncomfortable with. Here at MRC, we value your safety. We want you to be as safe as possible while volunteering with us. With that said, prepare yourself and your families for all disasters. If you have any questions regarding this, please do reach out to the state or unit coordinator who will be more than happy to assist you or provide you with other resources. Furthermore, please do place yourself, your families, and your jobs above volunteering with the MRC. Although we do greatly appreciate your willingness to help, we would like you to place yourself first. In order to prepare you for all future deployments, there are a few trainings that you must take before volunteering. These include this orientation, ICS 100, ICS 700, which are both offered by FEMA, the HIPAA and Security Awareness Training, Psychological First Aid Training, as well as the ARC Evacuation Shelter Training. However, additional training may apply depending on the nature of the deployment as well as your role during the response. The MRC utilizes the web-based learning platform train.org in order to facilitate most of these trainings. However, there are some trainings that will be conducted in person. Train.org can be considered as your own personal school. Here you can find an abundance of trainings and courses alike. You can search for them by using key phrases, their full name, and even their course reference numbers. You can track your learning, you can view your transcripts, you can even find upcoming courses offered by other entities and institutions using this calendar feature. If you experience any difficulties or have any trouble navigating this website, you may reach out to the train.org state administrator. If you do not know who this is, you may reach out to the state or unit coordinator, and they will be happy to lead you to the correct person. Though an account should have been created for you by the train.org state administrator. If this was not the case, you may experience problems down the line. It is important that the username in train.org is the same as a username found in the train.org affiliate section in your NLK profile. This will be found in the identity section. This feature allows the two websites to communicate with one another, meaning train.org will transfer any information regarding trainings that you've taken over to your NLK profile. All your trainings can be found in the training section. This is Nalima Kako'o, or most commonly referred to as NLK. It's the website you used to successfully register to be a member with the MRC. This system is used for a number of reasons. Its main purpose is to manage data. We also use this system to facilitate background checks, both on the state and federal level. We also manage volunteer information, and we use it as a way to house credentials. When setting up your NLK profile, it is important that these few things are filled out to completion. Under Identity, you need to make sure that all relevant and important information is filled out, otherwise the section will appear incomplete. If this section is incomplete, complications may arise. At the bottom of this page, you will find your username for train.org. Again, it is preferred that you do not make your own account with train.org. However, if you have already done so, make sure that your username in train.org matches this one. If not, go back to train.org and change your username. That way, they match. Next is the contact portion. Here, you should have at least these 3 items filled out to completion. Your primary email address, a contact method where we can reach you via cell phone, and an emergency contact. MRC utilizes email and text as their primary form of communication. Furthermore, there's the medical history tab. This one is quite important. It is imperative that you indicate whether you have been vaccinated against hepatitis A and hepatitis B. Additionally, in light of the COVID-19 pandemic, those who have not yet been fully vaccinated against this virus cannot volunteer with the MRC. Please complete the rest of this section according to your medical needs and history. The last, but definitely most important aspect of your profile is the background check. As mentioned before, this website is used to facilitate background checks both on the state and federal level. Therefore, your consent is needed in order for this to happen. Please understand that members cannot begin volunteering with the MRC unless they have provided consent to a background check, and provided the background check does come back clear. Nevertheless, if you can, please do take the time to complete your entire profile. Additionally, you can find other documents and resources in the document section in NLK. This could be a helpful resource for you if you have any other questions or want to know about MRC in greater detail. Again, if you have further questions, do feel free to reach out to the state or unit coordinator, who will be more than happy to assist you. Lastly, due to the nature of this organization, it is important to remain flexible if you accept an assignment, as things do tend to change. Congratulations, you have neared the end of this orientation. In this next section, please do take the time to review the competencies and legalities regarding the MRC. Okay, welcome back. I hope you were able to read through those documents. If you would like more resources regarding the MRC, please try any of the links below. They will lead you to more resources. Thank you for taking the time to orient yourself to the Hawaii Medical Reserve Corps. We are excited to have you join our team of dedicated volunteers. This orientation was presented to you by the Hawaii State Department of Health, Office of Public Health Preparedness. Stay safe, stay well, stay prepared. Ho'oi kaika ina ohana. Strength in community.